Hello everyone, this video is being recorded on Father's Day 2022. Today I want to talk about postnatal depression. Not in mums, although that is incredibly important, but in dads. I think in the UK it is very under-publicised. I think men aren't really aware of the topic. I certainly wasn't when we had our first child, Ethan, back in 2017. Part of today is going to be my personal experience, but I'm also going to share some information from the NCT website. This video is mainly me sharing my experience, but I will refer back to some facts and figures if I can find things while I'm recording this. So in 2017, we had Ethan. I was so excited. We had things planned out. I had an expectation of what it would be like. Baby would appear, cuddles, happiness. Child would grow and become an adult. All in 6 months. No. I had this idea of what it would be like, and I think something hit me. And it wasn't diagnosed. I haven't been diagnosed. I haven't spoken to a doctor. I should have done. I didn't know it was a thing. Within a few months of him being born, I struggled massively. I'll give you a few examples just to kind of paint a better picture. So if Ethan needed changing, I'd take him upstairs. I could do that. Maybe. It might take me 10-15 minutes of knowing he needed changing. Maybe longer. I'd take him upstairs, I'd put him on his changing mat, and I'd just stare at him. I wouldn't know what to do. Like a rabbit in headlights, I suppose. That's probably the best comparison I can think of. And I would just look at him. Not in any positive sense, just stare, and nothing would be achieved. I could do that for 5, 10, 20 minutes. I don't really know. It wasn't the fear of changing him. It wasn't the smell or the contents of the nappy or anything like that. I just couldn't do it. I'd hit a brick wall. I'd hit a point where I just couldn't do it, and it would. I think some days I'd stand there for 10-15 minutes, and then I'd just have to call Janie. I'd say, can you do this? I didn't know what this thing was. I just thought I couldn't do it. The more I couldn't do it, the more I felt useless. And the more I felt useless, the more I couldn't do it. It is a complete catch-22 situation where the whole thing becomes a complete continuous downhill spiral. Another example would be food time, milk time. It's important to say now that in this period I was when it was food time, I'd look at the clock, see that Ethan needed food, and it would scare me. I don't know why. I could make food for myself, but I couldn't make food for him. And this is simple. This is bottle, powder, put it under a machine and press go. But again, I'd stop and I'd stare. I think anything that was associated with actually I don't know. I think anything that came under the parenting bracket was a no-no. It was like typing the wrong password in on your phone or your computer. It says no. And I think at any point I need to do anything for Ethan, my mind just said no. I mean, it didn't stop me wanting to do it. It didn't stop me caring or loving him or wanting to fix this. But I think the worse it got, the worse it got. I mean, every time it got worse, I got worse. And then when I got worse, the results got worse, and that would become a downhill spiral again. If he was crying, that would be a really bad trigger. So Eva was born in January this year, and I was so scared. I couldn't articulate that. I had no idea what I was actually feeling. I look back now and I feel absolutely fine about it, or I feel fine about Eva now. But we are 5-6 months in, and everything's different. The first 4 months of her life was really hard for me. I felt squashed all the time. I didn't want to be in the house. I slept on the sofa. I just couldn't be a part of it. I love her. I love her now, I loved her then. But the fear of failing again was just too much. And the only way I could do that, deal with it, was to distance myself from every task. Changing nappies, holding her. I'd make milk, I can do that, because that doesn't involve interaction with her. And this sounds awful, I think. I got to a point where I think my focus was on self-preservation, because if I was physically there for her, I could, be there to make milk. But if I engaged too much, my mental health would plummet too far, and I wouldn't be there at all. And I didn't know what this thing was. I didn't know how to get out of this hole, really. I think I did. I don't know. I mean, after Ethan, I thought it would be easy. I've done it once, do it again. There was one day where it got really bad, and Janie asked me to hold Eva while she read Ethan a bedtime story. To be honest, holding her for 10 minutes was quite a big thing. I think to many people it won't sound like a big thing, it won't sound like a struggle. I think it's really hard to sit here and reveal this weakness. Well, maybe weakness, maybe not. Maybe this isn't okay. This is okay. It's okay if you get help. I know that at the time I came across as disinterested. It came across like I wasn't doing anything for her. I wasn't helping Janie. And I don't think I was helping. I don't think I was there as I should have been. And I don't know what that I know that this video isn't making a lot of sense, and I know that it's not going to be that relevant to everyone. But what I want to say is that if you or someone you know is struggling, either before or after having a baby, it is so important that they know it is okay. On the NCT website, which is nct.org.uk, it says, "It's understandable that we focus on mums in the postnatal period, but let's not forget dads who also need support. Whether it's sleep deprivation, money worries, new responsibilities, or the relationship dynamic shifting, dads also have a lot to take on board. This is a huge change for both parents. On top of this, dads might feel guilty about what their partner is going through, knowing they aren't the ones breastfeeding at 3 a.m. or healing from labour and birth." Wow. I knew none of that. See, Ethan was born at the end of 2017, and I knew nothing about depression for men after birth, postnatal depression. I knew nothing of that. I knew it was a thing for women, to the point where I was worried about it. I mean, it was a while ago now, but I knew that it's something that could have happened to Janie. When it happened to me instead, I think I thought there was something wrong. It says, first-time dads are particularly vulnerable. 1 in 10 dads-to-be will also become depressed during their partner's pregnancy. It says postnatal depression in men often goes undiagnosed. I think a really key point I just found, which I need to share, it says screening is available. You might associate screening more with physical illnesses, but mental health diagnoses are slowly catching up. Men who are concerned should pop over to NHS Choices and use the depression screening tool. If you're concerned, see your GP or call NHS 111. So if you think you are struggling with postnatal depression, I mean, I guess if you're on this video, there's the chance you are, because you've been searching. I'm not medically trained, and nothing I've said or will say in this video is stuff that I can suggest you do. But if someone came to me and said they were struggling, I would strongly recommend telling as many people you know as possible. Share your problem, because people can recognise every situation that you're in, how you're struggling. If someone's got a bad leg and no one knows, and someone takes them on a walk up some massive staircase, not going to help. If that person knew about the bad leg, they'd probably take a different route. If I had told Janie properly what was going on, I think we could have had some more help. Whether that's her helping me, or getting some friends round, or avoiding certain tasks, because it was key tasks that made it hard for Ethan. For me, sorry, not for Ethan. Well, it made it hard for him too. And that's something I really struggle with. So thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, just put them below and I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, head over to nct.org.uk. I'll put the link below. Just it's worth scrolling through. It's worth realising that this is it's a real thing and that there is help available. Thank you.